This is getting needy.
Hello guys, welcome to the show. It's been a week. I already missed you guys, and we apparently got 4 new followers since last week. Three new followers. I was
You're welcome.
hopeful there for a moment. Well,
You did miss us, don't lie.
either way, yes. Thanks to new followers, we have reached new heights in our popularity in this channel. But I do believe all 3 followers were here to follow John's game. So thank you, John.
Woot.
Because those all are from Sunday, not Saturday. So I am a bit disappointed in myself, but happy for John.
Yeah, I've been advertising like mad on Twitter.
Excellent. Right.
So thank you, Eva Hat, for being my advertisers.
Right. Idea seems fine, and Carlos is on his way.
Yeah.
We are not divulging any details on his lateness, other than that he's not here yet. Right. As for the matter being, I do believe it's time for recap of last week. Oh well, do we have any news announcements? No John's game tomorrow. Sorry for you new fans. Next week, your next fate fix will have to wait until next week, which is the 9 on the 9th.
No,
It's 8th of the 9th. Damn, it's Monday. 9 is Monday.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Apologies for everyone for that, but it's my mum's birthday, so that kind of takes priority.
Yes.
There.
Also, good news for you guys, as that you don't have to suffer through a Babylon 5 episode between, because next week there won't be one. So you only have to suffer the one Babylon 5 episode, and meanwhile, this one.
I'm sorry, it's my wife's birthday, so.
Yeah,
Exactly. Also, I'm also celebrating a birthday next week, so not mine, but someone else's. Damn, my stupid camera is doing silly thing.
Great Mum D. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to refer to my mum that way.
Yay, camera's back on. Hurrah, hurrah, indeed. Right, other announcements I have at the moment, none. The art project for the character arts is delayed for now, as the artist has been dealing with art things. Hopefully we'll get those soon. Other than that, any other issues you guys... Sorry. Had something in my throat.
Yep.
You guys have anything to add?
Nothing that's coming straight to mind there. Really just everyone who's been watching our shows recently, thank you for your loyalty to ourselves. We're actually very grateful for that.
Indeed.
You know who you are. Frog Scanner, Tears of Architects when you're on, Fro when you're occasionally on, and also Blink there. But I should say before he actually says, "What about me?" There.
Also, excellent thanks to our 2 Patreons who have been extremely loyal. Both have been Patreons like from the instant we started. At least one was Ferraro, I believe, was the first one, and then somebody else joined, and they have ever since kindly donated us $9 each every month.
You're welcome for half of that. It's one of my friends.
Yeah, thank you.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, so without further ado, let's get to the recap. I do believe last week happened a lot, to which Mr. Landers was not very keenly aware of.
Yes.
But let's put a little summary. First, there was the issue of getting upgrades from the Minbari, and you wanted to have a test run with those and go to mining. A little bit of mining while Landis was gone. You crash into a super spacecraft and then skedaddle out of there, limping back home. And Freja got inside Babylon 5 and outside of Babylon 5 with great deal of difficulty without being detected. And they had a chat with a wall on, and what else was there?
Techno mages.
Techno mages, yes! You had a visit from your friendly neighborhood techno mage, giving you a mission, which led you to take another mission from Jagar. And now you have 2 missions going exactly opposite directions.
Why am I not surprised?
It's good. It's good. It's okay.
So,
Or we can do neither.
Yeah.
that's
do something
always
else.
an option.
Or we split the party up and we all go in
And
individual
what
directions.
ships? We only have one ship.
We've got a shuttle. As long as it
Yes.
uses the jump gates, it's fine.
3 years later.
Welcome to the crusade.
Oh god.
Right.
Oh yeah, and Morden, good friend, awesome guy.
Yeah, you also talked with dear Morden.
Because apparently Landis has been talking to him, but he didn't tell us that.
Was there a conversation?
I mean, yes, it was at the end of the show.
I'm not at that bit of my watching of my recap there, so
I guess sucks to be you.
Ah. Hello, Malone. Welcome back to the fold.
Me and my buddy Malone had a very good conversation with Morty.
oh crap.
Hey,
So I'm guessing a few more of my secrets are out then.
No, he didn't say anything. He just like, oh, I've been talking to Landis all the time. He didn't tell you? No, that's new to us. What?
Right. So that's about the
Well.
recap. Meanwhile, Mr. Landis Cortas has been busy doing family duties
Yes.
and regaining favor with his house. Whether or not he chooses to regale you with this tale is up to him. But there is a taxi shuttle arriving at the ship, announcing the arrival of Landis Cortas, who are there to meet him. Apparently, Doctor is there. Malone is still asleep.
very much so.
It looks like I'm just walking into an empty cargo bay by the sounds of it.
Yep. No one's there to meet you.
Why would I meet him?
Yeah.
Not even the crew.
I just.
mean-
Oh,
He's like the captain because we didn't have any better reason to say no.
yeah.
He was like, what was the reason? Do we have any reason to say no? No? All right, well, you're the captain.
The elevator doors open and there is Dujar. Like, you already arrived, sir. I'm sorry I'm late.
That's fine.
Please step in. There is a lot to go through since you left, sir.
Yeah. What's with the paintwork outside? There's something off with the markings on the outside. Has something happened to the ship?
We had to do some repainting.
Degar, what's going on here?
I do believe the Colonel would like to explain it to you.
Why?
And the elevator blinks as you reach the habitation ring.
Just slowly walk out, and I'm just going. I'm assuming he's in his quarters then.
I would assume so too, unless he's in the medical bay. I'm not entirely sure.
Is there a reason why he would be in the medical bay?
The doctor's been running some exams on him since the surgery. Or the...
I just know I'm in the hot tub right now.
Madam.
Remember, it's his hot tub. It's in the office quarters.
Yep, and I'm in it.
All right.
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, you're leaving the elevator when you hear splashing from the captain's quarters.
I'm just gonna go. Give me a moment. I think I need to drop my bags off.
Hot tub time machine.
So I'm just gonna walk up to my newly acquired quarters. Doors open. I'm guessing you're just relaxing.
Oh, I am like completely au natural in the hot tub.
Alone?
I mean,
Say yes.
yes. Fine. I would have picked up. I would say I would have picked up a friend or two on the station if I could.
There we go. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yes. Love it.
I'm assuming female persuasion here,
Yes.
or is that like one's male, one's female? You know, you're just playing both sides. There.
Actually, it doesn't really matter to me.
Mm.
I let Uster let me know what's in the hot tub. You know, 2 or 3.
I mean, there is a couple of quite fetching young companions with their doctor.
Oh, I see you walk in. You walk in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna like look around and go. Has something happened where this has stopped? This has stopped being my quarters by any chance?
I mean, technically, they were never really your quarters. You kind of just commandeered them because the door is not here. And I figured you were on vacation. Why waste a perfectly good hot tub? I mean, I like point to the pretty Centauri girl next to me. I'm like, you are more than welcome to join us. You know, hey, hop in, man. Relax. It's been it's been some hard times since you've been gone.
Yes. Something about the paintwork outside needing to be retouched up.
To be honest with you, I think that is probably the least significant thing that's happened while you were gone.
Pray tell.
I mean, I kind of look at my companions. I'm like, ladies, gentlemen, wait here.
Or do you
Keep drinking. I'll just stand up, in all my grandness. That's like, all right, come on, let's go to the medical bay.
I'm just going. I'm suddenly feeling a wee bit overdressed here.
I mean, you wanted to talk business. I guess business before, fun time. So, let's go.
And I'm just gonna say, would it be best if the Malone was in for this chat also?
Yes. I mean, he might be asleep because, the whole brain trauma thing is kind of still affecting him. But, I mean, he may have some good things to say. You do notice I have a big black eye.
I'm just
one of
like,
black.
Doctor, is your eye darker than usual?
Yeah, Frazier punched me because I, tranquilized her against her will.
What?
It was a good idea. I thought it was a good idea when I did it, but apparently she didn't like it.
You tranquilized
Yeah.
our Drazi female pilot.
Yes, because again, one of the many things that happened while you were gone.
How many things happened while I was gone?
So much, so much.
At least like 5, 6 big things, 3, 4 little things, somewhere in there.
Please tell me we still have ownership of the ship.
Well, technically the bank owns the ship. Yes, they still let us use it as long as we make payments. Yes.
So that's not changed, thank goodness.
No, that hasn't changed.
God, I was fearing the worst, actually. Anything...
I kind of go down to the loan's door and just keep like just ring his bell. I have heard these military guys are hard to wake up. Just obnoxiously ringing the bell.
Door's open. Come on in.
Okay, I walk in naked.
Oh, hey, Doc. What's up?
Hey, Landis here.
Landis, you're back. I make 0 remarks that you're naked, dude.
That's fine.
Oh, what's going on?
Landis here. Thought it'd be best to kind of recap him on all the things he missed when he decided to leave.
Oh, yeah. Give me a sec. Oh, man. Landis, first off, how was your trip?
The less I actually talk about it, the better. Family drives me mad sometimes.
Okay, so we have 2 jobs. That should be I feel like that should be like the that's the end result. We have 2 jobs.
Here, let me break it down.
Do we want to like lead them into it like this went to this, that went to this, that went to all this?
Yeah, so you were gone. Let's fill you in on all the things that happened here. Let me pull out my notebook that I need nowadays to keep track of things. Oh, all right, we'll start off from the beginning. We went somewhere really far, some asteroid to mine for to do a quick survey, just a little job, nothing serious, nothing that was going to cause any harm, except that, the ship got harmed because this weird spaceship passed by us, and it turns out it's an ancient one.
Yes. Imagine the biggest Minbari ship.
Right.
It's bigger than that.
What?
Yeah.
And it's older than that. It's
older
been
than
here
that.
since the creation of time itself. Older than the planets.
We
Older than anything.
barely made it back alive. But we did.
Doctor, have you been taking the hallucinogenics?
No. We got video footage of it and everything. Somewhere there's a crystal. We took data samples. Anyway, so yeah, kind of clipped the ship. We barely survived, but it's all good because we made a little bit of scratch and we got back to base and well, so many other things happened. Let's see what happened. Oh yeah, Frasier. Yeah. So her boyfriend's all like, "Hey, we need a fight to figure out who's gonna be the leader," and we're like, "Nah, that can't happen." And she's like, and the doctor's like, "Psst, you ain't going nowhere, girl." And he's like, pop, right in to kiss her.
Hold on.
Okay, so Drazi going through their whatever political cycle where they change leaders.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like a big ass battle royale. The last 1.5 Earth years. But this fight constantly goes on, and since Frasier is a man,
She has to take part.
yes, I thought it would be an idea of, hey, comatose, can't fight, but apparently she rather just sign her name take dishonor and run away. So
The problem was her new boyfriend, Varun. I think they're getting kind of serious.
how's that going to work out where if she's a man, dishonor, how's that going to work out? Is that like a problem for
It's
like
the
tomorrow?
You know, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Let them work that out.
I feel like it's going to come back on us because, I mean, how many more Drazi do you want to kill and or lie to?
Yeah.
So many.
Is there a way we can get?
Well, it's all right because we figured it out. We're masters of disguise. So we dressed her up as a boy, and we were like, "Yeah, you're purple sash now," and he turned out to be a green sash, and we snuck out of there, and that's it. They didn't have to fight.
Little problem.
Tiny problem.
That's a tiny problem.
Little thing.
Hold on.
I mean, all it cost him was a black guy.
Are you saying
Blacker eye.
Fraser's current boyfriend is on the other side, or are they on the same?
Nope, opposite sides.
He's a green sash. She's a purple sash. Whatever that means.
She can literally not go in Babylon 5 ever because there's a lot of Drazi on there. Nor can we let any other Drazi, unless they're purple sashes, come on the ship.
So in other words, if we let, so technically, if they go on a day,
They have to fight each other because she's a man. I know, it's confusing. Yes. Don't think about it.
no, I don't want to think about this. I do. What? Why?
But after that happened, apparently our techno mage friend offers a job to find out about this fleet that Lando has. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah. What the fuck? So apparently some place blows some base out on the fringe,
Yeah.
like blows up, and everybody's like, "What the heck? This was some kick-ass base, and there's zero trace." And we're like,
Exactly. Like how did he do it?
"How did
Right.
Lando doesn't have a fleet of things?"
Londo.
Yeah, he does, and you
I
need
know
to go
Lando.
find it.
So Ambassador Malari, how did he do it? How did he? Because apparently none of the I guess I'm getting like none of the Centauri know how he did it, but apparently he did it. Blew up a lot of brain fire on the alien species in Babylon 5.
None.
Blew up a lot of Narms. There you go. So the technical mage wants us to do that, and Malone thinks we should go out there, see if we can find any scans.
What?
So we
Why
talked to
does the techno mage think Londo has anything to do with this?
because they
He's
don't
a
like
fucking
him.
techno mage,
Yeah,
and
I
he
don't
knows
know.
everything. And not just that, but like there's like 100 of them all over the
Station. Babylon 5 right now.
for like the next
A month?
2.5, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. Yeah.
I think he
How
said
long have I
they
been
had,
asleep?
it was only a few hours.
Oh, really? Feels like weeks.
But we did go talk to Dugar to see he had the information. He gave us another job that's in like the complete opposite direction where you guys, I guess, found Mr. Morton.
Ah.
Yeah, he wants us to go out there for some reason. And apparently you've been talking to Mr. Morton and he thought you told us, but you didn't. So you kind of...
Right. My.
Whoa, there's still even more.
What?
It was,
Did I miss something?
I mean, yeah. So then we're like, hey, we got some time. Let's go talk to, let's go figure out my headache thing. It was getting worse and it was starting to cause problems. So we had the brilliant idea to talk to the girl. What was her name again?
You went to talk to Talia?
Yes, Talia. And I think it jumped from my brain to her brain, and now I'm all good.
Yes,
And she's all good. I think, I hope, I feel really bad, but I also don't know what to do about it.
Yes, I think your memory might be a wee bit off because I was there for that
Yeah,
incident.
he was there. I thought he was there.
And yeah, my memory has been affected recently.
Yeah.
So,
That's right, that you were there.
Yeah.
For reals, Carlos waking up. It's just so mysteries abound. What I mean, what's this fleet? Where to get it? Number two, we gotta, either spy on Ambassador.
Londo. Yeah, spy on Londo. Yeah.
Yep, and you're the best person. But we did the thing without you, so well, that's where we stand. Did I miss anything, Doctor?
I don't think so. What are you talking to Morgan about?
Covering loose ends.
I don't trust him. He's got crazy eyes.
Means the end. There were some things that in our previous encounters led me to believe that he has more reach than he was letting on. After what happened back with our wee run-in with Reefa and his underlings, I was wondering if he could do anything to cover our tracks.
Oh, so he fixed it.
Well, concerned that there's no Reefa assassins running after us at the moment, looks like he's been able to do something. I don't know what exactly.
Okay.
But
You
I'm
asked him,
just...
or did he volunteer or out on track?
This is the thing, it's... With men like Morden, half the time just having some in your pocket because you owe them a favor is currency in itself. If my position improves, you can call it in. Or if I get influence with another person that he wants influence with, he'll call it in. So it wasn't made explicitly clear, and let's be honest, we work in a desperate situation.
How many favors do you owe him?
A few. Yeah.
I've been in some dark places, and that is never good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's an alright dude, though.
It's possibly one of the reasons why I was wanting to make good with them in Barry at least.
All right, well, you guys keep talking. Landis, I need your room for like hour and a half max, and then I'll clear out.
Yeah, you can have it for the next couple of hours. Feel free to relax.
You know what? I'm starting to like you more and more. And I walk my
Probably get
little
dressed.
naked. I mean, I am in the proper attire for the meeting I'm going to. And I walk out.
It's just as you're about to leave, I'm saying, can you leave the... If she's amenable to it, do you mind leaving the female?
I got you, bro.
Yes. So, I'm either having to spy on my brother-in-law's boss, or I do another job for Jakar, and Londo finds out about it, and he probably wrings my neck.
Well, here's the thing. We already did the job.
For Jakar.
Yeah.
What did you find?
Well, see, my brilliant thought was we've talked to Jakar, the victim, and find out more about the base, like the location, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, hey, why don't, why don't you just fly out there? My plan is, hey, we'll fly out there, survey the thing, and do the thing, and come back with info.
Hmm.
And he's like, yeah, just go to these coordinates. And that's the, we're thinking, hey, we're going to go to the coordinates where the base was. That's not the coordinates he gave us. He gave us the coordinates where we found Morden. So we already have the information of what we found with our scans because we've already been there.
Mm-hmm.
So
You showed them the previous scan data.
we're not idiots. I mean, not as much as you think. We figured we'd wait till you get here and figure out what's going on. There's a lot of intrigue happening. The wizards wanted to know what happened with the base. They want us to spy on Ambassador
Malari.
Malari, and then the non-ambassador wants us to figure out what happened where the wreckage of the ship was, where we found Morden. So,
Oh, crap.
yeah,
No, I think I've got a sneaking suspicion where Malari's got his ships from.
really were.
I'm not being the only person that's been talking to Morden.
Wait, does he know how they get here?
Morden has been talking to Malari at least once.
You know this for a fact.
Remember the eye?
Yeah. I remember the eye.
Yeah, well, who do you think handed the eye to Malari?
You?
No, I did give him a gem that was stolen by raiders, but Morden asked us to retrieve it. I gave it to Morden. That then ended up in that he gave it to Malari. Malari ensured that went back to Centauri Prime.
Yeah. Okay, I'm tracking. I'm following you.
Right. If this was just an ordinary fleet of my people's ships that attacked this Narn base, I would have heard something about it. Maybe not a lot, but I would have got an indication.
Well, that's our job. We got 1 month to figure it out.
There was, from when I was back home, there was nothing. Let's just say my grandfather, my uncle-in-law, the way they were acting, it was business as normal, not them preparing for war or launching an attack like that.
Okay.
If there was something going on, I would assume at least one of them would be involved in it.
Well,
So,
here's the thing. All right, go ahead, keep going. I'm tracking.
All right, we're talking about a major Narn base. You can't attack that without a small concentration of ships. So I do not think Londo has the means to assemble a big enough fleet without anyone in this Centarum picking up on it. If he was, he would be an ambassador. He would be dead.
Or general.
General, but again...
General Mortallari. That sounds nice.
But again, it's... If he was doing that sort of thing, it would be as part of the government. There was nothing there that would suggest... When I was back home, nothing suggested that my people were preparing for an attack. So if someone's attacked, it's fraught with a different force.
You're thinking, you're guessing. I mean, logically, maybe.
we've had Morden has been able to give us information on movements of people in different, in not just in one or two places, but in different parts here. We're talking about, he gave me information in regards to Freeney's movement in EarthGov space. He's got ties to the Centauri. Could he be the one that's behind the ships?
No, why don't we just ask him? I bet you he knows where he's getting the ships.
If he's behind the ships, I don't want to ask him that.
Why would Morden be behind the ships? Morden has been in deep space cryo freeze for the longest time.
Was he? Do you?
The only way, listen, the only associate he's got is with Earth IPX. And I mean, they've got some brand new stinking research. But unless they have some secretly built some really, really kick-ass ships to go after this, or fleet, whatever.
Here's my question to you. Why is Jakar sending us out to find the remains of a ship? Out into an age of unknown, practically unknown space, where the last time we were there, it was to find the Icarus. And what did we find? Lo and behold,
One survivor.
Yeah, but how long had he been supposedly floating in space for?
A long time. I don't know. These are all mysteries, bro. I mean, that's what we're gonna figure out.
He didn't.
What you're saying is absolutely nuts.
He didn't have the. Unless.
Okay.
He didn't. I don't think he had the supplies on that emergency pod to last him that length. He had to have landed somewhere. Something must have helped him.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. That's a theory, and that's a theory, and we could test this out. Because that is literally what we got. That's literally what the mission, and it's worth a lot of credits. Worth.
How do you think we can test it out, though?
I don't know. I'm not the genius. You're the captain.
We can.
Here's the mission parameters.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out something, any information about the fleet. Report back to Space Wizard. Secondary objective. Report back to Ambassador Jakar. Regarding what we find from the scans. And we could do that simply because we've already done that.
Okay.
So we could go back to Jakar and say, yeah, here's the scans, here's the thing. We've been there already, bro. All we found was this human dude floating in the dock. Pay us. I mean, it's not worth a lot. It's 250,000 credits. I mean, that's worth it. Quite a lot, but...
This is how I think. Let's test a hypothesis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scientific method, bro.
If Morden is up to something, let's see if he was actually trying to talk to other people. Give Jakar the information to yourself and give him all the info we have currently on Morden.
I don't like the idea of giving... one of the humans under.
In regards to, we have been to this location.
Oh, yeah. I'm tracking.
This is what's happened. And let's just see how Jakar reacts to that.
You know what? We might have to negotiate some more money.
Just say, look, this
Doesn't
is
matter.
just say, if you want us to go out, there and still check it, we'll do it. But if this actually fulfills the request that helps you in some way, here it is. But just see how,
I like that.
and it's just see how he reacts. While you're doing that, I will go to my brother-in-law Fear, and I'll actually try and see.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I was thinking of using fear as our way to figure out more information about what possible Ambassador Lando has been up to. Use fear for that, to spy on him, to figure out where these troops came from. Listen, you just got back. Why don't you settle in? I guess you can't put your stuff away since but settle in, have a bite, let me get some breakfast going, and we'll figure this all out here in the morning, all right? What time is it? When is it?
I'm just looking at the top. It's middle of the afternoon, station time.
1400 hours. Okay. Man, I slept in again. Oh. All right, well, let's do the thing. Go settle in, and we'll all meet up here in a few hours, and we'll come up with a plan, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good having you back, Landis.
Yeah.
We need somebody in charge. Decisions have to be made. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah. I'll try and get down to the bottom of this, but
Don't do anything without us.
no, of course not.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll meet back up later.
Yeah.
So, the question now is, what is the party to do? You do have conflicting goals, it seems, or decisions to be made. And apparently they're being piled upon the captain's shoulders. Landis,
Yeah.
what is your executive decision regarding this matter?
I'm thinking at least, because I'm just getting suspicious, because when the time I spent on back at Homeworld, there was nothing to indicate any sort of military preparation. So if Londo was behind it, it wasn't with any obvious Centauri forces. Okay? So it's then a question of if he's then using some as a cat's paws, and then the reason why I'm thinking potentially Morden is because I know Morden has been playing all this wheeling and dealing. I don't know if he's got his hands on a special military force that he's acting as the broker for, or I don't know,
So probably IPX.
So it could be exactly, it could be IPX. There, it's me trying to gain information there. So the way I'll probably look at it is I want to, if Morden's been like wheeling and dealing and he's trying to get, if it's say a mercenary force he's representing, mercenary force only makes money if it keeps getting itself advertised and it's on the know. So I think I want Malone or our doctor to see to Jakar, give him the information we have, see how he reacts to that. While that's going on, and then
Don't you and him have a special deal with them?
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want Londo knowing that I've got interaction with Jakar at the moment.
How would he find out unless he's spying on us?
Potentially. Well, he could be watching my movements.
Fair enough. You're the boss.
Whereas he's most likely to potentially be watching any involvement with me and my brother-in-law, if you're cool. There.
No problem. You're the boss. You don't want to be there? We'll do the thing. We won't let you down.
And the other argument, if it ever comes back up, I can just say, what you did in your spare time when I was on my trip is on you guys. It's not on me. I had nothing to do with it. I only found found out after I came back.
Convenient excuses.
Exactly. Unless he has a telepath there, he's not going to know otherwise. He can have his suspicions. So that's why I want to separate this. While that's happening, I'll of course be talking to my brother-in-law at the same time, so I cannot be accused of interacting with the Norns. Even though my finger's in the pie.
Your fingers are so deep in the pie, they're coming out of Malone's nose.
I do not know how that one works.
Right, let's get to the meat of the things then. Which one shall we do first? Jakar or Veer?
I want to see the Jakar one go first.
So, Malone and...
Dr. Zimmerman. Sorry.
Turner.
Dr. Turner.
Turner, what'd I say that for?
Because he's got his name on
is on the
the...
window.
That's
so.
right, yeah, that's exactly why I did that.
Yes.
Make nameplates. Yeah. I'm done. With whatever I was doing, I'm done.
Well, yeah, it's cut to like a day afterward or later.
Hours later? Okay.
However long you need to kick him out and all that jazz.
Okay. I left Landis a present.
So it's day 28 before the deadline. Oh well, like 28 days before the deadline with the Technomator. You have a meeting with Ambassador Jakar, scheduled and approved. You've shown up on time, and he has shown up on time. And he gazes upon you as you enter, raising an eyebrow. I thought you left for the coordinates I sent you.
Well, that's the thing. These are the coordinates not to where. This is the coordinates to somewhere else completely.
Yes, that is the assignment I gave you, to scan those coordinates.
Well, I suppose if we the assignment is scan these coordinates,
Yes.
give you informed what we find, and you pay us. Job is done. We have that info.
Impossible. It takes at least 2 weeks to get there.
Sure does. Takes a whole 2 weeks to get there. And we've already done it. We did that previously. We did that a couple months ago. And we did find something very, very interesting. And we have all those scans right here. So, let's discuss this. I suppose a big question is, why did you send us in the complete opposite way? That's a question that, who knows? We'll figure that out. But the thing is, what you seek it's already been done. We've recently been there, and we found some interesting finds.
So, would you prefer your payment in cash or transfer?
We'll do transfer.
Well, allow me to verify that the scans are of the correct coordinates first.
Absolutely. Do what you gotta do.
He takes the data crystal and
If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer anything.
puts it in his machine and reads through it with quite the eagerness in his eyes. These scans are from half a year ago.
Yes.
Yes, these are the correct coordinates. All you found was a wreckage and a human in it?
The Icarus is being salvaged by, doesn't matter, salvagers.
Ah, yes.
There was a live pod there, and yes, there was just one living human there One survivor.
That's weird. The Markov don't have that. Don't have that long connections. I mean, it's strange. Very well, very well. I will have you paid.
I mean,
Just leave me the transaction information.
yes, of course. There's nothing else there, bro. There's nothing else there, Ambassador. We can make the trip again, but we've been there recently.
Well, how much to go again?
Doc,
Last time he lowballed.
we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. We'll discuss it with compatriots.
Very
We'd
well.
have to get back. We'd have to get back to you on that.
Yes.
We're right.
Leave the
where it's
account
currently
details
the
with my
situation.
secretary.
Will do. All right. Doc.
And as you leave the information with the secretary, you hear she's quite agitated as she's talking to someone on a communications device and none.
Yeah, I don't know now.
But other than that, when you arrive, he quickly she finishes the discussion and then turns to you and takes your information to process the payment and says the payment has now been processed. You may leave at your leisure.
When he was scanning, what kind of besides the surprise reaction and still anxious that he had, what other? I didn't get a chance to ask him, but what other little things that we pick up on?
On Jakar?
Yeah.
Disappointment. He clearly was expecting something, but he's not entirely sure about it.
He thinks there's something there, and the fact that it's coming out with this is not what he was expecting.
Yep.
All right. Doc, you get that same sense from that?
Yeah, I mean, 6 months is a long time. A lot can change, especially in space. I don't know. It might be something out there. Probably something he's afraid to go out and look for himself.
I mean, he's got to be here, and he doesn't want to tell anybody else about it.
I mean, but does he?
Well, here's what I got from this. He really wants somebody out there. He really wants a check.
Yeah.
Obviously, I lowballed the situation last time because I just wanted the location of the non-base.
Yes.
And we have that now. We can now figure out we can now ask for a decent amount to go do this whole trip, but
Because I think he thinks if we go out there, we're going to get, we might not come back. I think that's the real problem. We might not come back.
I think he's expecting us to go out there and find something completely new and different.
Yes. That might kill us. I'm just throwing it out there. We see a lot of freaky stuff, apparently. I don't know why us, personally, but we see a lot of freaky things out there.
I'm telling you, it has to do with that bad luck. This all started once we had a PSYOP involvement.
So,
First thing we did, we got the ship, and it all went to crap after that.
so basically, never let another psychic on board the ship.
Yes, absolutely.
Got it.
They are bad luck.
I 100% agree with you.
All right, well, let's meet up with Landis. Figure out what he's got. Formulate out the next. We'll figure out what the next plan is. Here,
Ready?
I found this neat place a little bit a couple levels down where they have some really good ganache. Let's go get some food.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know why, I've got a real hankering for ganache all of a sudden.
I'm so hungry.
Meanwhile,
Don't know why.
Meanwhile,
meanwhile,
let me find a pet.
Landis, how do you choose to approach your cousin and your brother-in-law?
What I've done this time is I've actually hired myself a room on the station. And I've sent a message asking them to come and visit and we can have a wee chat and have a personal dinner.
A personal dinner?
Yeah, private, no one can overhear us.
Yeah, well, sure. Would you prefer to order a table at Fresh Air or at someone's quarters?
We'll do it in the quarters that
So,
I've prepared.
take out pizza?
Mhm.
Right, fair enough. It seems to suit Veer's style, and he lets you know when he's available,
Mhm.
and you meet up the very next day.
Okay.
It's some takeout with you, and he's been babbling about work and all that on your way down from the restaurant towards his quarters,
Mhm.
and well, less about work and more along the lines about different opera artists, how they are performing lately.
I'm just going with. Have you been able to keep track of the opera?
It's pretty much the only thing Lundo and I talk about that isn't about work. It's a common passion for him and I. But enough about that, I suppose. I think this is rice. That I think is chicken. Right. So how was home?
Home is home. Don't know why they called me back in the first place. It was the smallest, most trivial thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Aunt Imra, but when her pet chicken cake just goes missing, seriously, I have to trek halfway across the galaxy for that?
You know how the ladies are when they lose their pets. Sometimes they just
It's a
go
price you
to all
didn't
ends
call.
to get them.
Sorry, you were saying something.
Oh, sorry. My bad. You go ahead.
No. Koto, seriously, say what you were about to say.
I was just saying that you know how it is with old ladies and their pets. They mean the world to them. And they would be willing to pay the world for them.
Yeah, well, I got a world of thanks. I definitely did get that, but nothing else. But she did seem relieved there.
Well, at least that. You know you did a favor for your family. I'm sure they will pay you back.
Yeah. There was an interesting rumor I've heard.
Interesting rumors from the whole world. That's a change.
Yeah, it's to do with your boss.
My boss?
Yes, Malari.
Yes. Hopefully something good.
There's suggestions that he's been able to maneuver things in a way that were favorable to to the Republic, but at the same time in a manner that was unexpected with our current force deployments.
I don't know what you mean.
The current upset with the Narn base.
Yeah, the Sector 36 thing.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate thing that happened to all those nuns.
Yes. I know he didn't use any of our. If he is involved, I know none of our ships were used in an would have been used in an initial attack. I would have known about it. That sort of secret is been too big a thing to not get out. A deployment that size.
I can't say anything about that. It's not my thing to know those things.
So, if it's not our military that's making the moves, who would be operating on our behalf?
I really should. I really can't tell you anything about that.
Is that a human? Name of Morden.
You know, I don't like that human at all. I don't know why. Why he's doing what he's doing. I don't like him. He feels odd, evil.
My fear here is he's getting involved with our people. And I'll tell you something. I've gotten myself involved with him. And I'm now starting to think I'm regretting some of my decisions. He is, if he's done half the things that I think he's been willing to do to help me out in some of my little predicaments, I'm truly wondering, and he does have the power to do that. My question is, what lengths would he go to help Malari out, to get him into a position where Malari would return the favor?
I don't know anything about that.
You're the ambassadorial aide. If the ambassador, if anything was to happen to him, you would be, for a short period of time, you would be basically the ambassador and having to do what's best for the people. Question: can you trust Londo?
He's a good man.
But
I think he does what he thinks is best for the Empire.
So if blowing up an armed base is going to be what he thinks, he would do it then. Of course he would.
I mean, I don't always agree with his methods, but I think he's a good man deep within. And it's not like it's my place to judge. I'm just the aide. He's the ambassador.
He may be the ambassador, but you're his aide. You're there to also advise him.
Well, not so much advice, but to get Jala and do the shopping and make sure the embassy is clean and bug free.
That's only your job if you let it be your job.
And I'm going to cut it here because that is a good quote there and an excellent place to end that because it's not going to get anywhere further. He's going to deny any involvement from here on to infinity. And next, the party reconvenes at some place a couple of floors below where they served excellent, what was it?
Ganache.
Excellent ganache.
I usually don't like ganache, but this is great, man. It's great.
Right? Like they added something like extra salt or something.
We probably don't want to know what they added. Just, just enjoy it.
I'm just taking it and I'm going, yeah, you don't want to know what they've added. I recognize the taste. And I'm just slowly pushing the plate away.
Hear me out. I feel like, again, he may not like the answer, but I feel like this is an easy way for us to finish this techno mage job without sticking our necks out any further.
Which is what exactly?
We just implicate Morden. We say you've had dealings with him. You're pretty sure Malari's had dealings with him, and he didn't use any Centauri resources, so he probably got it from there. And it's easier for them to figure that information out than us to go. This guy can get a whole fleet to destroy a whole whatever. I don't want to stick my foot out anymore into it.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with that is, I think, and again, I'd hate to just assume what's going to happen, but it's a highly likely scenario that he's going to want proof of that.
You're right.
His mission to us was spy on Ambassador Jakar.
He just said he wanted to know where he got the firepower from. And we say, hey, he got the firepower from Morgan. Where if you want to find out more, it might be easier for him with his infinite magical powers to spy on Morgan than it does.
He's going to ask us for some proof of something.
I say we at least try to push it off, because just like we pushed off with Dugar, we're like, here's some random crap we have. Does that suffice?
I think.
Because he said he wants more, we can give him more. But
I think if the techno mage suspected that it was ordinary Centauri forces, he wouldn't even be asking the question. He's looking for. He suspects that Londo's involved somehow. So we need to look at who. My brother Koto, he didn't say a lot, but the way he squirmed, it suggests that him and Morden have been talking a bit.
You know what we haven't done? Is actually spied on the ambassador. Objective number 1, spy on the ambassador. We haven't even done that. He might lead us somewhere.
I feel like that's going to be... it's not going to be difficult. He's usually either in the casinos or drinking somewhere.
He's not going to conduct business like that in the casino.
Yeah. This is the only thing that we might be able to do is hack his computer terminal. But somebody no offense, Landis, but Centauri are really particular about the secrets they hold. It's an empire of secrets. you know,
And not just that, but Landis has already talked to what's his name? Kato? Jado?
Koto.
Fear?
Veer Kato.
Koto's not going to reveal my suspicions, because doing so is going to put him in a position. You'll keep it quiet.
Well, here's the thing. Before we talk to the Techno Mage, I'd like to at least fulfill the thing that he asked us of. Actually, put some eyes on him, follow him for a couple days, see what he does, see if he does anything interesting.
I mean,
You got time.
he just wants to know where the army's from. He didn't really want us. He didn't care how we do it. He doesn't want to particularly want us to care if we spy on Mallory. He just wants us to find the information. So however we find it, because I feel like if Mallory finds out we know we did any of this, that is another enemy we do not need, especially on this station.
It would be bad. That's a risk reward thing.
Are you sure? Because you'll never be able to come back, probably, to Babylon 5. Are you sure?
Captain. Thoughts?
I think we don't ourselves have the expertise to do such an endeavor. We would have to engage the services or something to do this. And the question is, would they then keep quiet afterwards? It's going to be the cost.
So you're giving the mission that the Techno Mage gave us, we're gonna rent that out to a third party.
I mean,
Then reap the rewards.
Are you a hacker?
No.
Am I a hacker? No.
Okay,
Doctor?
two options. Well, a little bit. I've dabbled. I'm better at slicing somebody up than,
Slicing
Well,
code.
Well, I'm not suggesting that we take the good ambassador and put him on your table and you ask him
No.
questions also.
Okay, I think we should. There's two options we can do this. One, we can see what it costs to hack his personal computer, or two, we can see what it takes to take a survey of his call logs. If we expect Morden might have something to do with this. If we see him reaching out through Morden through various call logs, we might be able to ascertain that. Because it might, as Centauri calling a human, not so weird, especially on this station. But because we know of that relationship,
Wouldn't it be easier to potentially get the records of Morden's movements on the station than the ambassadors?
if he's a shadowy broker of information and mercenaries, I mean, what do you think? I mean, technically, you didn't know I was spying on you, so I feel like, how would we find out if he was doing something like
You
that?
know what? On that point, yeah, you should be pretty good at this so far. What else?
I think it's going to be whoever we target is going to be like six. What's that human expression? 6 hour, half a dozen.
A bird in the hand is worth 2 stones.
I don't think that's how it goes. Man,
All right, so we've got the discussion. Let's come up with an actual plan and execute it.
I don't want to hack Babylon 5's security. I really don't. It's not my expertise. But talking to people and convincing them to do stuff shady is also not my expertise. And I mean, I think we were good at stealth that one time, but I don't think that would go well either. I feel like we need to have somebody with some other skills.
Listen, Doc. We've had some run-ins with Babylon 5 security forces here. Did not go good. We're barely on speaking terms again. We barely cleared our name. We do not want to. That'd be a bad thing. Let's not fuck around.
Okay,
So how do we go about doing this?
one thing I know no matter where you go in the world, universe, there's always somebody who's willing to do something off the books for enough money. We just need to find that person. Ask them get us a few key information. Something at least that would be that the technical mage would feel is applicable to what he wanted us to ask, what he wanted to know. Then leave it alone as that. So,
Right. Does anyone have contacts in the underworld here?
I mean, I do on Earth, but here.
That would be streetwise plus education.
I mean, you want me to do it streetwise and education? I have some streetwise.
I don't.
Actually, streetwise plus social.
I don't. I have streetwise. No, I'm trained in streetwise. But my social is 0, so there's no negative penalties.
You know, I've got a lot of shady contacts.
Do you have some pluses in social?
There's this guy we've already interacted with. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Follow Malone's contact.
Hang on, let me find it. Where's my streetwise and my social? Oh. Did you want me to roll it, Woost?
If you have a pre-established connection that has been introduced, use it.
I don't think it's been. I can't remember. We used it way
To
earlier. Something I can't remember.
be honest with you, I think Femi used it way earlier to do something, and that was it. Cause I remember I did it and I rolled really bad. He was like, "Can't help you."
Did it not come out?
Yes, it did.
Oh, I'm looking at.
It
There
was
it is.
11.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
Damn, you know all the contacts.
Nah, not
Well,
all
I
of
mean,
them.
when I did do security here for that one time, and
Yeah.
I've got a couple of people that I know.
Yeah, you know.
Mostly they're
There's this guy.
weapon
There's this guy
smugglers and
Wilkins.
stuff like that.
There's this guy Wilkins that does a bit of the shady dealings. Not always on the book, but you know, he owes you a small one for not tattling on him.
All right. So I've contacted my guy Wilkins. I've contacted my guy. He's willing to either put me into a couple places, to a couple people, or to do the thing. What exactly do you want me to ask him to do?
To make those kids be quiet.
Sorry, no. That is not what I'm implying. No, I take that all back. That's no.
You're
no,
muted, by
sorry.
the way, so we can't hear you.
Yeah. Zimmy, you're on mute.
I muted myself twice. I don't know why, but yeah.
So,
Yes,
what exactly do you want me to ask him? I need exact instructions.
I would say Malari's call logs, and I feel like that's an easy ask because it's fairly easy to access call logs for a given person on the station.
We might have to. Yeah, okay. We might have to input one of those little devices in the. Well, we'll let Wilkins figure it. We'll let my guy figure it out.
And
Okay.
his preference, like, you need call logs, but if any call logs he had talking to Morton would be more interesting to you to be able to peruse. and also if he was able to get into Malari's personal computer. One is probably gonna be harder than the other, but at least the one before is gonna be easier and probably not as expensive.
Let's go with full call logs. I feel like the entire call log sheet will be fine for the last 2 months.
I feel like he talks to people a lot. He's an ambassador, so that's probably a lot of data crystals. I would try to refine the search a little bit.
We get the info first, and then we refine it.
Yes, but are you trying to pour through hours and hours and hours of
Don't worry about it. I got this handled. I know exactly what to ask for. Primary objective, call logs. Secondary objective with a bigger bonus. The files that are currently in there, access to the files.
Sure. In the back of my head, I'm just thinking about to that time where Malone was like, hey, we'll do this one job for really, really cheap. It'll be okay.
All right. And we'll get in touch again with my guy, and we'll go from there.
Right.
I'll arrange a meeting in some secluded, shady place as usual.
So, what is it you want, Malone?
All right. I need some I need a big ask. First one's really is a lot simpler. I need call logs for the last 2.5 months from Ambassador Malari.
Ambassador call logs? Do you know how heavily secured those are? Those
That's
are
why I'm
diplomatic
contacting
secrets.
you, because you're the best that I got, best that I know.
Yeah, well, the latter one is far more flattering if you don't blurt out the first one.
Can you do it? Do you know anybody who can do it? And what's your price?
I can, but it's not going to be cheap.
Then figure it would be.
100,000?
Yeah, not a problem. I'll get you 50 up front and 50 at the end of it.
Right, I'll try and find someone who can do it. But, yeah, sure.
There's something else with that too. There's a bigger bonus asked. Wait, is it 100 just to find somebody or 100 to do the job?
It's 100 to do the job for just the log.
Right.
So,
All right.
I believe. I hope that's what he meant.
Yeah. All right, just double checking. Now, there'd be a very, very bigger bonus, and there's a secondary objective that's probably worth a lot more money, and that's we want access to the files on his computer.
Access to his files on his computer.
Or
Oops.
the actual.
You don't come with small requests, do you? Oh, jeez. I must say, getting access to the files, extra 100k at least. I'll have to talk to my guys, but if you can promise at least that, they'll talk.
Oh, that is not a problem. 100 for the logs. Let's bump it up to one. Let's say I'll give them 150k for the access to the files.
So 250k total.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make some calls. I'll get you.
You know
back.
how to get a hold of me. We'll meet up
I'll
again.
get back to you. How's the timetable? How quick do you need it?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, at least it's not tomorrow, so maybe we'll have something. I'll get back to you by day after tomorrow. At the
Sounds good.
latest.
All right, we'll meet up again.
Don't call me. I'll call you.
I know how this works. Then I back out. Cut to.
You promised how much?
250K.
For once,
We just
I'm
got-
with the doctor.
Guys, what do you think it costs to freaking hack into this?
Yes, but you're supposed to like lowball. You go with what you see, what the minimum they'll take first, not give them what they want, and then be like, you know what? Forget that. I'll give you more.
Minimum wage, minimum pay gets minimum effort.
You call $250,000 minimum effort.
Let me tell you something. I mean, okay, in the grand scheme of things, I don't mind too much, but like it would be better if we said, hey, we'll give you this much, and then be like, hey, you know what, you did a great job. Here's this much, so that way they feel ingratiated to us,
And they
are
keep it
more likely-
quiet.
and they keep it quiet and more likely to do business. So now we're on a stick for 250,000, and now we're probably gonna have to give them another 50 to 100,000 on top of that, just to never talk about this again.
It's implied in the transaction.
Do you? How many shady underground dealers have you worked with lately?
Lately,
Yes, from personal experience, everything has a price. Everything.
Some prices are infinite.
I might not be the, this is why I'm not the best at this.
Clearly.
I thought last time was just like, like, hey, maybe he's just, but yeah, you don't make negotiations anymore.
Just out of curiosity, how much is the Techno Mage promising us?
Just some upgraded equipment. That's it.
I'm
Upgraded
hoping-
equipment worth about 20 mil.
Yeah.
Right. I'm willing to go with $250,000 because the payoff is going to be so much better. Fair enough.
That's what I'm
Hopefully.
thinking.
All I'm saying is we had information. You're like, what if he says that's not enough? Now we paid 250,000. He's like, hey guys, that's not enough.
Well, I could always call it off if that's what you'd like.
No. We're
Because
already in it.
You call it off of these individuals, they're more, just as likely to tell security that we're asking to do such a job.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just saying, the call logs, that was the price. I didn't say, let's do how much, I didn't say, here's what I'll give. It was, that was the price.
But he's also doing something highly illegal. So there's always negotiating. Always. That says it will be successful, but there's always been. Just like war. You can either shoot your enemy or diplomatically talk to them to get them to surrender, right? Or do you just shoot? Shoot first, ask questions later?
I usually just shoot where they tell me to shoot.
Okay.
You say, here's the objective, go get it. I do the thing.
Yeah, I've seen this war record. When he was getting sent in,
Just
Talking
for
had
massacre, just a massacre, huh?
talking had already ended. He was sent in to
Like,
talk with his
we
guns.
talked enough. Come kill.
Bullets are cheap.
Yeah, and human bodies also, from some of the missions I saw in your record.
So,
Let's quickly change the subject, yeah?
Of course.
so
Sure.
it comes the next day when Malone gets a meeting with a certain Mr. Wilkins, who informs Malone that there's two options. There is a crew willing to do it for the 250,000, but it's a new crew that he doesn't know. But there is a crew he knows and is good at it, but they insist on 250k in advance. All of it beforehand.
No.
And this is why you negotiate. Okay, so I have about 65 personally. What about you guys?
We just got 250K.
Yeah.
We're just gonna use the 250k. Are we sure it was 250? I feel like it was. You said something a lot cheaper, and that's why he was like, okay.
No, it was 250.
Yep, it was 250.
Literally,
Okay.
in my brain, I had a number of what we can go with, and like this is the number because we just got paid that.
All right, well, we got paid 250, so give it 250. So I guess it's not that much of a loss.
So which career do you go
Here's how
with?
it's gonna go. We're gonna go with option number 1. They get 50K up front. Successful item number 1. They get those call logs. They get the other 50K. They get the additional files. That's an additional 150K upon completion.
Okay. And on the other hand, when the shady underground contact says, I know some guys who can do it, but I know nothing about them, makes me nervous. Like, but they'll do it this way and this way. That's my only issue. I'd rather pay $250 up front for secure and, guaranteed work.
Yeah, but part of the problem with that is you get the 250K up front, and then you don't ever see them again.
They do that. They burn themselves in this community.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I just want to throw out this here. I point to me. I point to Leyland's shady underground stuff. Pew pew. You.
Captain.
The last time someone tried to do a runner from a deal that I did, they're still on the run. Because they didn't just burn me, they burned a few associates of theirs who are not impressed. So they've not been able to enjoy the money.
So, Captain, what's your decision then?
I'm just looking at the doctor and I'm going, you're thinking go with the second crew, pay the entire lot?
I mean, if he says these are people he's trust, people he's know, people he's more trusted of getting the work done, that makes me feel better than somebody I know's completely zero information about. I give him 50. And next thing you know, alarms going off over the place, and then they're like, hey, these guys told us to do it.
And also, if they're actually just jumping and saying, we'll take all your conditions without giving any haggling, suggests they're desperate for the job.
Yep. Might make them work harder, but it might make them more loud.
I'm wanting people, this is the thing, if you've got the point where you can actually demand.
By the way, for the money, we're gonna get what we want. This better be enough.
In this,
We don't know what these call logs are gonna implicate Morton. We don't know what else we're gonna find in these files. We don't know that this is gonna satisfy the wizard. This is just something that we're giving a shot out to.
I'll give
All
you.
conjecture.
Of course, it's conjecture. It's me having suspicions just based on what some of the things I've just witnessed.
Very expensive conjecture, and I'm for it. Just let me know which way you want me to go, all right, Captain?
I say best to secure the best outcome. Go with the guys that your contact would recommend. If you're willing to trust him on his judgment, it's his judgment.
These are, well, my guy is kind of shady to begin with. I could trust him about as far as I could throw him. Just owes me a couple favors because I let him off the hook a couple times. All right, but we'll get the best. And if they double crosses us, he's as good as dead. All right. You got a meeting with them in the next hour, so we'll go from there. I'm gonna keep my tracker. I'm gonna keep my communicator near me, so stay in touch. All right.
So you're paying the 250,000 up front.
Yes.
It is. They will get you what they can get you, and they will do the best job they can. But nothing is guaranteed in this business.
Nothing ever is in the shadowy underworld.
Except bloody revenge when you betray someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I'm paying 250K up front. It's just as easy for you to just, oh, I wasn't able to get anything. I want results, or I want your heads.
And that's where we go to a break.
Or
See
say,
you in
I
10
like to take
minutes,
one of my
boys.
surgical blades and lick it like, back him up.
And Hello, guys. We're back. Sort of. Kind of. Hopefully. For at least an hour and 10 minutes. And at which point we will be very shiny. Right. It takes your guys about 5 days to get you some results. So, do you want to do anything in the meanwhile?
I think I'm gonna get gonna find myself actually. I'm gonna be in the quarters, and there's gonna be a communique that comes through that I'm not expecting.
Something
From the
happens.
Mm.
But people are not there to see it. How unfortunate for you. Anyone else want to do anything during the 5 days? Malone, you are silent.
Probably doing one last check to see if this is getting any better.
The head.
Yeah.
Sure, I can take a look. Scan.
Headaches are completely gone.
Give me medical check. Go with in. Yeah, whatever. Good enough. Yep. It seems that his brains have stabilized and are no longer changing.
What? You said brains? He's got two.
Yes, there's.
It's a mass of brain cells, so it's often associated as
You
brains.
used it correctly, Wooster. Yes, you did.
Alright. And I know that the brain is a resilient organ, and usually it does try to regrow damaged or lost cells. So, do I see any of that?
Yeah, it seems like it has some scarring tissue that has regenerated and has retained its size. somehow.
Well, looks like you're out of the woods. Seems like there's some regrowth of some of your brain cells.
So I'll probably start slowly getting my memories back.
Maybe. I mean, it's just let you know your whole ordeal. There's like nothing about it in any Earth journal, medical journal, like nothing. So I can't tell you. We just have to kind of watch and see.
Well,
If
Doing
we
good.
find some alien technology that can magically fix your brain, you'll be the first to know.
all right. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
That's the only thing in the 5 days that I want to do. That and rest and eat lots of protein. Just like all the meat that I could. I'm like meat obsessed right now. Or protein-based whatever foods.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see if I can use my burgeoning knowledge of biotechnology to start making something that these guys can use, that they can just use it to like kind of like heal themselves if I'm not around.
Like slap-on medical patches.
Yes, but something that's not as I mean, like a low budget version, but you know, something like that I can, so that way I can't be like first aid, because I can't be everywhere.
And us.
Inject some stems, stuff like that. Go for it.
Something that's not stems. I want something that you won't get addicted from. That is the reason I'm doing this.
Within the 5 days, you have a SpaceX delivery. SpaceX delivery fighter heading to send you a package with a shuttle.
Who, me?
Actually, Mr. Actually, it's for the ship.
Okay. I will meet the other senior members in the cargo bay to. While we're out here, I'm like, the last time somebody said they had something to bring us, I think we were getting shot at.
Yeah.
So
This time, we're ready.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting my hand slightly on the gun and just lowering it. I'm going. Just have it ready.
This is how we greet all the people now.
Yes. Weapon is drawn and ready. They may enter.
I'm going. Has anyone ordered anything?
Well, the airlock opens and there's a SpaceX delivery guy that goes, "Ooh, guns. Yeah.
Sorry.
There's a parcel for you. I need a signature here."
Right here.
I apologize. We've had
It's
some unfortunate incidents.
It's a box about this big. No.
Sign
you.
for Landis.
I want to check it for anthrax or traps, or make sure nothing kills me when we open this.
Well,
I'm very paranoid.
give me investigate.
Can I look at the paperwork just to see if it indicates who the item
It's
is
from our people. It's the thing that we've been expecting that we ordered.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
I still want to check it for traps. Is that an intellect task?
Excuse me?
Anyways,
Is it an intellect task or what?
Yeah, intellect.
6. Luck safe.
Well, what appears to be inside is a candle holder with several crystal attachments for decoration.
awesome. Just what we needed.
And the SpaceX guy leaves as soon as the package has been delivered.
Yeah. Pop out one of the decorative crystals. Here, Doc. Plug this in. Let's see what we got inside. I think this is what we were looking for.
Okay. I guess I'll take it. Wait a minute. 1 second. I want to check my inventory. Because I'm pretty sure.
You've got a computer, don't
Yes. I have a computer. Because I don't want to plug this into the ship systems. And I'll plug it into my personal computer.
Smart moves, boy. Huh.
Yeah. Let's maybe not plug in the hacker stuff into the main ship, yeah.
Well, the database opens up. There appears to be a list of calls, a list of files, several terabytes of data.
Okay. So how long is it going to take me to get through this?
And a small text file that says summary.
Okay.
Because we want to skip through this.
Yep.
But
Appreciate you.
it says that we got all the information that was available. Apparently there was some sort of a cybernetic attack happening at the very same time we were hacking. So some of the data might be corrupted. This attack was not our doing, but by someone much more talented than ourselves. Here's what we harness for your use.
Like, how much you want to bet that was a techno mage? Yeah. Okay.
No. I
Probably.
think this might be somebody covering their tracks.
No, I was probably the techno mages because they don't like malaria.
We're spying on them. We're getting the information from them. Why would they block
No.
the attack of
Okay.
us grabbing the information?
Okay, let's look big picture. One guy asked us for information out of 100. If he's pissed off more than the one guy, but doesn't matter.
The implication being is that somebody didn't want us to get our hands on this information.
No, it's probably has nothing to do with it. They were getting it, and then somebody wanted to mess with Malari, so he couldn't use any of his systems, or he thought that somebody else was doing something. But it doesn't matter.
All right. Do we have what we need here?
Do we have what we need here? Read through. Anything about
Cyber attack on the submarine. That's where we stopped. And we're reading the summary. All right. So there's a cyber attack at the same time. They were able to gather what they could. And
I'm just saying, out of character, this is when the second major just did that cyber attack on Malari.
Yep.
It's around this time. The other reason, that's the only thing. But in character, do I see anything about Morden or the ships in any of this information?
Well, I do suppose there's a computer's role, and it takes about 1d6 hours. Or if you want to get a +2, 10d6 hours, or 1d6 times 10, or then it can take 1d6 days to get a +4.
I mean, we have like 20-some days, right? Still?
At this point, we have about 22.
Yeah, I would prefer to do the days of going through all this, just so we hopefully get the information we absolutely need, not rush the entire.
Is there someone who wishes to assist him?
Yeah.
Because I have electronics.
Wait. Landis, you know more about how the file structure and what to look for,
But Centauri,
communications and all that Centauri stuff.
I'm going to stipulate that you cannot use computers' electronics to help. You need to use another skill. Something.
You know what?
I need to use what?
You need to use another skill, and it needs to tie in.
Well, I use electronics and he used something else. You know what I'm saying? So I was assuming, like, what do you have? Centauri specialty.
Admin, like keeping tracks on what you did, setting them up, investigate, to follow leads.
I've got investigate. I was also thinking maybe deception, because if Millar's keeping things secreted somewhere, it's like, where would he potentially hide the folders?
That's an option, yes.
Okay, so I'll do electronics, intellect with a +4 because we're doing the days option. Yes?
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's doing the same check, but he starts first giving you the assist roll, and then we add or deduce depending on the...
Yeah, so if I'm doing my investigate, can I use my social for this, or is it going to be intellect?
No, you're not using any contacts to do it, you're just analyzing raw data, so it has to be intellect or education.
They're both zeros anyway. Intellect. 7? No. Yeah, so I rolled that was a 7.
Yep, that's a 7. So that means a -1 for you, Dr. Turner.
So +3 instead of the +4.
Yep. Because you end up chasing a lot of not necessarily fruitless leads, but instead but they are more time-consuming ways than just going through the data raw.
I will roll my 11. I'm rolling low.
What? Hasn't come through for me yet.
Nope, it's not come through.
There it goes.
There.
Yeah, that's an 11. Yeah, you go through his files, but for some weird reason, there's not a single mention of a Mr. Morden in all the files. With one exception. He had a meeting with Mr. Morden somewhere last year about just before the return of the Eye of Kiro. Just a simple appointment. Scheduled for half an hour.
Landis, I think you might have been right. But there's still not enough here. Can mean anything.
Nothing about the ships. Our ships. The ships.
Yeah. Looks like anything that they're doing this in person.
So,
the issue is I have is that, I mean, we can follow him, but if he does have some shadowy help or somebody outside of the Centauri Empire helping him, he is not going to do that anywhere where we will be able to talk. We would be able to see it.
maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, so like, I can't play. As I said, my brother-in-law, he's not going to mention the conversation I had, but if I push him any further, I'm going to burn any bridges I have.
I mean, we might have to. How long will it take us to get to the area where the Narn Armada was destroyed?
It's gonna take us 2 weeks. 2 weeks to go there, 2 weeks to get back. Approximately.
By the way, I got you some good news. It only took you a day to analyze all that data. So you got 21 days.
So 2 weeks there, 2 weeks back. That's 28 days.
Well, actually, it was at least 2 weeks to the other side, not to the not the Quadrant 36, which is more along the lines of 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. So I'd say a week there and a week back.
Okay, so we have 14 days. That's probably going to be our best bet. Go there, do some scans, see if we can find anything that might surmise what might have done
I
that.
like that plan. So we have the location of the Narn base that was attacked. We go check it out, do a lot of scans. Hopefully run across some clues. Failing that, we come back and we take the remaining time and follow Ambassador Malari around. And we get back to the wizard with what we found so far and our suspicions.
No man.
Techno mage.
He's. Do they like be called wizards?
I don't know, but in my brain, that's what I call them.
I probably wouldn't say it to their face. Yeah, wizard. No, they might. Okay. All right. Well, I guess.
Captain, thoughts, orders.
No matter. How about we talk to the techno mages at the moment and see if what we've got is enough for them, or if they want more. There's no point us running about if we already have the answer they need.
This is true. We tell them what we have, what we think would be a good way. But my issue is that he said they're leaving in a month. Where are they leaving to? And if we give them this information, what does it really benefit them to know? Other than to say, I know something about Malari and, I don't know, annoy him more.
I think it's not because I'm getting the sneaking suspicion they're afraid of something else. I don't think it's Malari. I think they're looking for information of who he could be in cooperation with.
But what is it? We got shady organizations. A lot of weird crap goes on this ship. Not to mention, we nearly got smashed by some ship that no one's seen since the beginning of time.
The ancient ones. I like where you're going with this, Landis.
Yes, let's just go talk to him. I just feel like psychics first.
I'm thinking, let's lay everything on the table. Tell them everything we know, because let's be honest, Jakar was worried about what happened to his base, but then sent us in the other direction into space that's unoccupied by anyone. But what if it isn't? What if there is someone there? We just haven't detected them.
What if we can't detect them? We're walking into a trap.
True.
We're walking in to talk to the technomatrix.
There is a message coming through.
Bring the message. Bring the screen up.
It is Nathoth of the Narn embassy. The ambassador is requesting, inquiring whether you have made your decision on his offer for an expedition. He is quite eager for you to announce the price of your departure.
Yes, for 5 million credits.
5 million credits. I will pass that on to the ambassador.
Yes.
Okay. I know, sorry. That was just to give us time. Because obviously he's gonna be like, they're out there, their mind. And he says, I'll do it for this. So at least gives us time to go talk to the technomatrix and make sure that's not a thing before we go somewhere else.
Also show us how desperate he is. If he's desperate, he'll say yes to it.
Yeah, so if he says yes for 5 million, then yes, then something big is going on. And,
and we just go do it.
There's a message coming in.
Oh boy.
No. On screen.
Yes.
The ambassador says yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess we'll
have to get some things set aside.
The ambassador asks whether or not do you require more details, and also that you meet him before your departure. Is there any time on your schedule for today, or shall I inquire about tomorrow? It would be available at 1500 hours and 1600, but not during 1620 to 1650.
What time is it right now?
It would be 1300 hours.
Like he's ready now.
He's saying meet us in 2 hours right now, or meet me tomorrow.
Well, I was going to say there was time at 21 hours, but it depends on your schedule.
What are you gonna do? You want to do it at 9 o'clock?
It's
9
o'clock.
Yeah,
9 o'clock it is. See you then.
It's just
Screen goes blank.
I'm just gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna meet the Emperor the way this is going.
No, and this is something as bad is gonna happen. There is no way someone pays you 5 million credits to go somewhere in space just to look, and something bad is not going to happen. But it's 5
I think
million
it'll be
credits.
fine.
But it's 5 million credits, and we can't say no to 5 million credits.
All right. Here we are then.
I feel like one day we need to ask somebody to just give us enough money to pay off the ship and just see what happens.
We have to go against like an entire shadow fleet or something like that.
Like, hey, 30 million. That's the final offer. Okay.
All right. Here's where we go. Here's what we're going with. We're going to meet the techno mage. That's still a thing, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll have a quick chat. Give him a download, and then we'll probably go meet with Jakar.
Yes.
All right.
Question: is 5 million cold hard cash worth more than a piece of armor or a weapon?
It's about 20 million.
I know, but the thing is, we won't be able to do both. We might have to choose.
I think we might not be able to. Yeah, I think that's the case too.
Because in my opinion,
I think we're failing so far in getting any information on this.
Because in my opinion, I would rather do Jakar because
I think no matter what, we're gonna have to do Jakar.
Because again, we need favors and people to like us.
Yeah.
And
Guys who are going to be going next month aren't going to do us favors.
they're not gonna do us favors unless they
How much information are we gonna tell the techno wizard? Do we give him the logs?
Yeah, we give them the logs and we tell them about. We tell them. We're gonna be honest. Everything we know about Morgan, and then hopefully he feels like that's enough information.
Okay. Let's do this. We got a plan. We'll improvise from there. We'll see what happens. But we got step number 1. Let's get to that and let's get to it.
So, you go to the Technomage Enclave on Babylon 5.
Like, this place is freaky.
Yeah, still gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Why is it so dark in here?
Some psychological
dark,
trick, I'm sure.
Foreboding. And there seems to be something big and heavy breathing just around the corner.
All right. I just like push Malone. Hey, it's all you, bro. It's all you got.
You thinking you're going to fight a demon?
I don't know what I'm happening here. I'm just moving
But before
forward.
you get around the corner, a rather familiar man with a bald head and a goatee walks around it. Ah, you have arrived. Have you pulled something of interest to me?
Just to kind of quicken it, I would say we just tell him everything.
Yeah, we got some new information. Let me give you a quick download on what we have found out so far.
Oh, it appears our broadcast is lagging at the moment. I can see it doing that. That's rather annoying.
I don't think we crashed. I mean, did you crash? I don't know.
No. Oh, I see what they're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's back now.
Okay, we're back now, so hopefully. So, you unload the information you have acquired about Molari and his dealings with Mr. Morden. And about Mr. Morden himself, I assume.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know, because I've never met him. So that's the
He listens to your explanation with a sanguine face. And then it is over.
Hypothesis.
And says, "You have done well. Name the thing you desire."
Like, what? All right, so what were our options again? I know it was the gun that could not be picked up on any security scanners.
It's definitely an option if you desire that.
Well, no, I'm asking that you as a GM, not as...
Yeah, let's pause here and
Because I still remember what exactly, because I know you said it was the...
Don't limit your imagination with the options that some great almighty has given you.
Oh, use my imagination?
here's what we want.
Use your imagination and I will try to replicate it. Obviously, I have my limitations as I'm not a great maker. Most people think of us. But we are artists of a kind.
We could either ask for personal armor or some sort of weapon or some tool tool, special, super awesome, magical tool.
Yes.
Dr. Turner,
Like an
you've
eye.
been wanting like a way to
Oh
somehow.
wait. The eyeless one isn't with you. Well. You could an extra arm maybe? We could fit one in.
I want something that would let me hack almost anything I try to do.
Oh. Well. Let me check my spell book.
Yeah.
You ask, I'm like, I mean, I'm pretty decent in the medical area. In the science area, I need, we need some tech expertise for some stuff we do. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm bitching for.
Suddenly, the hacker group Anonymous reappears to the scene.
So that way we don't have to ask shady people to do stuff for us again. We could just do it ourselves.
I agree with
Yes,
that.
definitely. Let me see.
Especially if it's $10 million worth of, I don't know.
What game-breaking thing do I want? What game-breaking thing do you want, Landis?
A mass driver for the ship.
If you turn to page 68 on the Central Supply Catalog, you will notice a software called Intrusion 4.
Hold on, 1 second.
Thou shalt have it on this data crystal.
1 second. Open up!
Never.
Hold on, where's it go? Where's it at? Central Supply Catalog. Open up. You said page 68?
Yes. On my spellbook.
Now, which one is it?
Intrusion.
Choosing 4?
Yes. Next.
Oh, all right.
Central Supply Cabinet.
What about you, Centauri? What do you desire?
Just thinking.
Well, I could help with that, but if that is your wish...
The wit of a techno mage knows no bounds, does it?
No. I could give you the recommendation that Londo has been asking.
What recommendation is this, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, as far as I know, to be seen in a positive light with a techno mage is a boon to any Centauri.
The jammy bugger.
So this is like mechanically like increase his social rating?
I can do it somewhere. If you're gonna do it, can you do it somewhere private where it's not going to be obvious immediately that anyone else knows about it?
And there's a holographic display with the technomage standing next to you. It is you talking. And he comes forward and takes your hand, and it seems like a blessing motion. And then he takes the hologram, snuffs it, and there's a data crystal that he hands over to you.
Thank you.
If you wish, that is yours.
Yes.
As soon as you publish that, that's a plus to your social standing. But it needs to be published.
Yes. I take hold of the crystal.
And Malone. I do owe you one still.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of guns, but recently I've been getting shot way too much, and it's been causing way too much damage. I don't think I can take it anymore. My old Betsy armor has been doing darn good, but she's full of holes now. Really keeping her together. I would like something that's a little bit more mobile, while protecting me much better against blasts.
Are you sure? That's rather boring as an option, isn't it? Just some protection.
Staying alive is never boring. And more importantly, what's more important to me is the ability to keep my crew alive in case you're in a firefight. I'm mostly in charge of soaking up the damage so that my compatriots don't have to. The better I could be at soaking up that damage, the more effective I'm going to become.
But effective soldier is also one that's able to think on the battlefield. You've taken injuries at the same time.
I could help repairing damage as well.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
What is it that you wish? Do you wish to avoid damage, or do you wish me to repair something that has been done to you? Like that gate. Seems like you're walking on half a leg.
I do like I'm thinking the repair the damage. That also leaves Dr. Turner life a lot better.
So, do you wish me to just fix you, or just help to fix you in the future?
Armor that helps repair me in the future.
You and your armor.
Or does it have to be? I mean, I don't know how this works. I'm new to this. I don't know how.
I give you
Your magic
two
works.
options in my hands. On the left, I have the option that helps to heal you when you get wounded. On my other hand, I have the option that heals you as you are now to something much that you were before. Choose wisely, my young one.
Get back your memories.
Wait. Does that give me back my memories?
It is a possibility.
Yes. I want to remember. I want to remember what happened to me at Mars.
Then one time over it is. Close your eyes. And breathe in. Immediately. So it feels like you inhaled dust as you did that, and it seems to burrow in your sinews and everywhere. It's creeping inside. He will be dizzy for a while. It is perhaps wisest that you take him to somewhere where he can rest.
So we have to basically pick him up and carry him back to the ship.
No, he is conscious. He will do as told, but he may not be responsive for much longer.
It was nice doing business with you. I wish I could say let's do it again, but I kind of don't. But thank you.
And as you turn to leave, there's another technomage there. Somewhat similar to the one you just met, but this one doesn't have an evil goatee.
I like the evil goatee.
What have you been doing, Kane? Dealing with humans?
Oh, there's more of them.
Well,
the,
if you
the other
actually look closely,
technomage seems to go pale.
Oh God, I would like slowly try to kind of move us away. Like, this has got nothing to do with us. We're just lowly humans in a Centauri.
The one glances to you. Leave.
Yes, quickly. Step.
And
Back to the ship.
you can feel the the awkwardness of the situation escalate as you get further. But luckily for you, you are not there to witness the aftermath of what has happened.
Not my problem. We got our stuff.
Yep.
I check the pockets. We still got it. I still got it.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So, Malone is out of operation, but you do have a meeting with the Ambassador Jacquard.
That's even better. It means I don't have to talk.
Well, because basically they told us he's eventually gonna pass out wherever he is, right?
I will see the ambassador.
Think of it like this. I'm just really stoned right now.
Okay.
And everything's like, what?
I would rather you not go alone, because if you're with a human,
I'm just with you guys, but I'm just basically, imagine me stoned.
you can say plausible deniability, and you were very against whatever I was saying, but you know what I mean? You can use me as a fallback if anybody from your homework finds out. We'll just prop him up in a booth. We'll just prop him up in a booth somewhere. He'll be fine.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Put his shades on his face.
So you bring him with you to the meeting?
What time is it now?
An hour or two?
We can put him on the shuttle.
Yeah, I would put him on the shuttle and lay him down. Because the way you said that makes me feel suspicious. I would say we put him on the shuttle. If he wakes up, he knows where we would be. He knows what time it was, so you could do this.
So, you find yourselves at the meeting with the ambassador. Northoff is kind enough to let you through immediately as you arrive on time. And the ambassador is apparently reading an ancient book, a veritable tome that seems to have its pages shredded from the Tree of Time or something. He looks up. Mr. Cortez, I did not expect to see you.
Yes. I was away on business for my family when you engaged my compatriots here.
Oh. Seems you've made new acquaintances. Right. So, since you are going to be taking the mission, I do suppose I should explain some matters to you before you leave. I have not been completely and utterly honest with you on this task. But I did send another ship to these coordinates before you.
Let me guess, a warship.
How did you know?
I'm just thinking if I was in your situation, sending a ship into unknown, you'd want to send the most prepared ship that you could have access to.
Yes. Regardless, that ship was apparently destroyed in a hyperspace jump accident, and we have not heard of anything of it since. I'm hoping that you could go there and determine whether or not it is still there. The debris should still be there, if not.
You want us to ascertain the fate of the ship.
Fate of the ship and its original mission. To figure out whether they have returned, and he taps the book with his gloved hand. And as you look down, it's Dr. Turner, it's a book with non symbols on it. But Cortez recognizes a drawing. He has seen a similar thing in Malone's dreams.
Great maker.
So, being that this mission went from somewhat highly dangerous, I hope it's not too presumptuous, but I would say we would need half up front, half on mission complete.
I will give you 2 million.
Okay, sounds good.
Doctor, do you mind just stepping outside with Natov? I think me and the ambassador might want to have a chat.
I do mind.
Yeah, but I don't want you to think I'm insane here.
I feel like okay. I'll leave.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. I'll walk out.
I just point to the drawing, and I recognize that.
His eyes narrow. He's not sure if you're lying, trying to get his attention, or
This is
genuine.
gonna sound insane, Ambassador, but before I came to Babylon 5 the first time, you know of the unfortunate incident that befell my ship with some of your compatriot Narn, but the Narn in question appeared to be transporting a body of a human telepath. What happened? 2 of us and our crew fell unconscious, and I found myself in the memories of one of my fellow shipmates, Colonel Malone, who remembered his last mission on an Earth world, human world called Mars. One of these was buried underneath the surface. It came out of the surface a couple of years ago.
Shakwan goddess. Consider the mission cancelled. I don't need it anymore. Thank you for that. I'll give you the 2 million I promised anyway.
I'm sorry to tell you, Ambassador, I think your men that you sent there were killed. I don't think there was an accident.
Go.
Wait.
Leave me be.
I thought I should be honest with you, Ambassador.
I thank you for your honesty, but now please leave.
Of course.
And as soon as the door closes behind you, you can hear something heavy landing on something other not heavy.
I look at Landis, I'm like, I hope whatever you did in there did not just cost us 5 million credits.
I think I might have saved our lives.
I mean, technically, we're always almost dying, so
You weren't out to that area of space. Femi was afraid out there. Something scared the hell of him.
but he just told me he was a crazy telepath.
When he did that mission, I would say he was at the height of his sanity.
Well, let's hope he at least transferred the 2 million and he doesn't care about it anymore. And then, you know, we can wash our hands of it.
Yes.
But, I mean, you're going to have to tell Malone that you cost us 5 million credits.
Of course, it's 3 million, but I think for keeping our lives, that's small potatoes.
I mean, but is it really? We really literally spent the money we just literally made like yesterday. How much other money do we even have? I have like a little bit. I don't think it's enough to pay on the ship this month.
I'm hoping that the 2 million covers all the damages you guys caused.
Did we get it?
Check in the bank transfer. We'll start.
I checked the bank transfer, or he checks the bank transfer.
Well, it's not gone through yet, obviously.
Yeah.
Do we see like a little pending circle, like pending?
Yes.
In my previous dealings with Jakar, he's good at his word. If he says he's going to give us the 2 million, he will give us the 2 million.
There's something heavy that collides against the door towards the ambassador's quarters.
I think that was the book.
Okay, I guess we should leave.
Yes.
I would advise, it says Natoth from behind her desk.
Okay. So I need to check on Malone anyway, make sure he's not dead, because I have no clue what that techno mage did to him.
So, it's later tomorrow when Malone finally wakens. Zim, you,
Yes.
as Turner has done some examinations on his condition.
Yep.
You find that his system has been, how do you call it, filled with nanites that are integrating themselves with his body.
Oh god.
This is a good thing, guys. This is a good thing.
I just think to myself, like, I've read theories about this, but I haven't seen it in practice. I don't know if I'm excited because, you know, I get to, you know, live experimentation, or I'm really afraid right now.
The most significant amount of nanites you find is in his brains. They seem to have rebuilt the area damaged by the weird psionic entity, and there's a electronic brain in its place.
He's an electronic brain now?
Sort of.
Instead of it being fleshy, it's more the connections that are required are all electronic, are electric.
It's fine, because I wouldn't tell you that anyway. What I do is I extract some of his blood with the nanites, because he's still unconscious. You know, keep that on file so I can research it just in case he gets a virus or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The doctor's going to assimilate some people.
No. Wrong franchise. Yeah. So I can ascertain that this is not affecting him adversely, though.
Nope. In fact, right after you extracted the blood, he wakes up. And his mind is as clear as it was 10 years ago.
Hey, guess what? You are doing better than great.
I had such vivid dreams. It was amazing. It was like I was reliving my past all over again. Key moments.
No, that actually probably happened because your brain's been fully repaired.
I remember I thought I'd lost that memory. I can clearly remember now the day Billy was born. Holding him in
You're too
my
quiet, I
hands,
can't hear you.
feeling how light he was. It's amazing. Clear as yesterday. My wedding day.
I mean, did you really want to remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's... I'm happy.
Well, you're still gonna have to come here for your weekly checkups to make sure this sticks. But I have nothing else to say to you.
Okay, sure, Doc. I mean, I'm back. It's all good. I'm back to 100%.
So, would you like to call your beloved?
Yeah. I would actually like to call her. You know what? I think I got some calls to make.
Who are you about to call?
Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters, sorry.
Do you not remember the last time we had an altercation with Karen?
You know what? It went all bad, but it's always...
Wait a minute. You weren't there. She is going to be pissed at you.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I just want to hear her voice again.
You know what? I kind of like aim towards the door. You know what, buddy? Good luck. And I immediately begin just running tests on the nanite blood and trying to look at worst, because I went from psychics to nanites. I need to find worst case scenarios in case bad things happen.
So, Cortez, you receive an official mail querying when can they expect your arrival at the court.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be sending a message advising that I'll be on my way shortly. And I'm gonna go to the lounge and I'm gonna announce a meeting of the ship owners.
Meanwhile, you get Karen on the line.
Hey,
Thank God you called. I lost your number.
it's all good. What happened? You okay?
He joined the army.
Well, I'm sorry. Wait. What?
He joined the army. Like, I got home and Mother told me he joined the army. I thought you were behind it.
Billy joined the army?
Yes.
Earth Force?
Yes.
The, uh, well, that's, oh, I, I, I'm at a loss for words. When did it decide this? Why? He hasn't talked to me yet. We haven't spoken in over 2 years.
I don't know. It's probably your fault anyway. Being a great military hero and all. Just wants to be you, I suppose. I tried to teach him better than that.
Look, you've done great. I've not been there. A lot of that's my fault. I'm sorry for everything that I did. You've been a fantastic mother. I'm sure it'll be fine.
What have you
Nothing's
been
gonna
drinking?
happen to him.
You're the bottle again?
No, I gave that up. I'm just seeing things clearly now. Listen, me and you have always been at odds. We've had problems. Some of that's your fault, some of that's my fault. A lot of it's my fault. I see that now. But that doesn't matter anymore. We need to be in this together. I'm gonna make sure that Billy's fine.
You better get him out of that army before he hurts himself. I'm not going to forgive you if he dies, you know?
Yeah, no. That's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. Where did he when did he leave? Where was he heading? What was the last contact you had with him?
I don't know. He just left a letter at Mom's. I arrived yesterday. Find the letter. It's probably some boot camp or something. I don't know.
What,
you know,
was he
the
seen
army
with
better than I
Gloria
do.
or what?
What?
With your mom, with Gloria?
Yes. In Iowa. In case you don't remember it.
Of course I remember. Listen, Karen, I promise you, that everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna take care of this. Billy will be fine. I will not let anything bad happen to him. I'll find a way to get in contact with him. I'll call all my higher up people. This is priority number 1 for me right now. Thank you for letting me know, Karen. Besides that, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. But I'm going to need a drink. And she closes the conversation.
So,
And
we
then
got
there's a
Shadow
message
Wars?
about a crew meeting.
So we got Shadow Wars, Malone's son's going in the army, whatever's going on with Landis. Then okay, all right, I'm good.
Holy sh!
Yeah.
You get what you ask for, but you pay a heavy price.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right. At this meeting, once we're all here,
Yeah.
I say, okay, just to be 100% honest, Malone,
Yeah.
your body's full of nanites.
Is that good? Is that bad?
Like they're little robots that repair your body. I'm assuming that's what the Technomage did. Yeah. I don't know if
think
that's
it's
good
a
or bad.
thing.
We hope.
I mean,
Okay,
honestly,
do you know a lot of Do you remember a lot of those Earth movies where, you know, like somebody like took over the nanites and next thing you know, you're zombie? I'm just saying, we just need to make sure you feel weird at all. Hey, you were psychic, didn't really tell nobody, and we saw how that went. If you feel weird at all, let me know, please.
Doc, honestly, I felt the most until recently. I've felt the most hopeful I have in the longest time.
Of course, because they repaired your brain back to when you were like probably like 30-some years old or 20-some years old, however you were before you joined the army.
I'm seeing things so much clearer now. I could see the choices that I made and the consequences that came after that. I could see every single mistake, how I could have done it differently. And I understand now. Everything bad that's happened to me has been my own personal choices.
You sweet summer child. I'm glad you're happy. I just stopped talking. I let him continue to be happy, at least for now.
It's a miracle. I love whatever these are, these nanites. They're a gift from God, or at least from a technomage, technically.
Okay, well, FYI, I would not go around any type of like EMPs or any of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I would try to stay away from that too.
Is that gonna be bad?
Quite possible.
Ooh.
Yeah. But hey, you feel great.
You know what? Just means I have to be a little bit more careful, right? No more throwing myself in front of bullets. And definitely not in front of EMPs. Well, yeah, it's all good. Listen, I got a personal thing I gotta take care of. Got a couple calls to make. Back in touch with the Army, Earth Force. If you don't mind, if everything all checks out good. Are we still doing that thing where we're going to, are we going to the sector that all get resolved?
You remember that memory of yours about Mars?
Yes, I remember clearly now.
There is the shadow scream that comes in as powerful as it was at the first time. Your knees give out and your head aches from the clearness of the memory.
Okay, I think you know one of the disadvantages of these nanites.
When I think about it, it hurts so bad. But it's a clearer picture now.
Yeah, Jakar had a book open, a very old book, and in it was a drawing. It was that ship.
The one that was buried?
And when I told him what I saw in that dream, that memory of yours, Jakar was nervous. He's gonna pay us the 2 million. He told me that he had sent a ship before, and they originally believed that there was a jump gate failure, but he was wanting us to explore the wreckage. But when I told him I actually recognized that ship and that they had been buried and that thing had been uncovered a couple of years ago, I think he wasn't wanting to throw another ship after another one if it was not going to give him any more information. All it was going to do is lead to another ship being killed. He's paid us the 2 million, but he's not going to send us out there. but he was very unhappy. I think that thing killed his ship.
You know what that means? IPX or Elias Gray is definitely involved.
You think IPX is working for Morgan with Malari?
I can only tell you the little bits that I remember. For the last year, I've been trying to find out more information, little ways that I can. Here, let me show you.
And that is where we end for tonight. I do hope you have been enjoying the excitement this evening.
Holy shit.
For it's going to be 2 full weeks before you're going to see any more of this.
So many threads are.
I hate you all.
Wow.
I hate you all.
Are you hating the lost 3 million despite the potential threat to our lives?
I just want to throw out that my character has the least amount of threats right now that can come back and try to kill us. It's okay. It's okay. Just gotta make it one day at a time.
I saw what you were throwing out there, Wooster. I'm like, I gotta figure out a way to wrap this up somehow. Oh man, that was so good.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
And again, literally, like that's like from the scripts. You get what you want, but you pay a heavy price. Amazing.
Nice.
I'm glad I got
Lance,
my hacking stick.
what did you get from Kane? Is that the name he mentioned?
Yeah.
Kane.
He got more social standing whenever he chooses.
Yeah.
I got a hacking stick. That's all I got.
Basically, the guy offered the bless, the corner of me being blessed by no mage that Londo Marlari was actually after. It was one of his wee little plops was to get it to actually increase his social standings. So when I'm here, hold on, well, Londo's been doing it? And I go, hey, bloody jammy dagger, that's what he's doing. Okay, I'll go for that.
Boy, that's not gonna bite you in the ass at all.
It's gonna help my family standing that I've got that. I've put that out. It's gonna help my family.
Wooster,
Yes.
what was your more surprise? What did you? In your brain, you're like, how could I ask this? What was your favorite part? What were you really excited to be like? Here, bam.
I was looking forward to the point where you made the choice what reward you wanted, because I gave you some parameters and then I said, well, forget about those. What do you want?
Yes.
Damn it! It's more than all along.
Yes.
Like, man, I should have something more expensive. Oh no. Oh. I'll just be more of a support character.
I just want to say, I had zero faith in us that A, the information that we got was worth it. B, that the hacking that we got was enough. And I'm like, I don't know, man. This all seems like I think none of this is gonna pan out. I don't think any of this is gonna pan out.
I mean, the only thing you actually needed to do was tell the techno mage that he's been dealing with Morden. That's
Exactly.
it.
And that's what I figured.
all
I was
he
like,
wanted.
Out of character, I'm like, well, you in character, it's like this was a shady dude talking to multiple people, doing multiple favors of people. That is pretty much saying this is the reason Malari is getting what he wants. Problem solved.
Fantastic. By the way, those were some. We had some good obstacles along there.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of I'm thinking as a DM. I'm thinking here's an obstacle. fucking deal with it. I don't know how you guys are gonna deal with it. And
Yeah.
you know, I met some shady character. It cost us 250,000 credits, which these all guys were like, yeah, that's not worth it, dude. You should have.
Yeah, the way I was looking at it was we could have went all the way out and then come back and we just bring up all and goes, when did you find out about so and so? Oh, 2 days before we left on a 3-week voyage. And he goes, you could have just told me that and that would have been enough. And it's like, realize, how much did we spend? Like 3 more million.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Investigation.
Okay, the worst he could be like, no, I need more. Okay, let's go get you more. But like, look, this is what we got. Is that enough? Yes. All right.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
I was just thinking about like a private eye.
You dropping that truth bomb on Ambassador Jakar. Did
Oh,
not
yeah.
expect that. I was like, no, don't tell him anything. Don't tell him jack shit. And then I'm like, oh shit, you told him. And I actually like that resolution too. I actually quite enjoyed the resolution. You only got 2 kids.
Hey,
2 months.
I'm just seeing that that actual picture, and I'm going, hold on. He's want me to look for that. I know what that thing could do. And I'm literally trying to get myself out of it.
Oh my god, that was brilliant. Did not see that coming.
And I thought the only way I could do it was by actually being honest. Yeah, you know that very unfortunate matter right at the beginning when you came across us. Yeah, there was a lot more that happened that we've never told you. This is what.
Doc, how about you?
Y'all are just a bunch of problems. Like a
Hey, man.
problem.
What kind of a D&D game is it if it doesn't have any problems?
And you know what, Doc? This is actually a good thing because Malone is in a much better, happier place. And he's no longer as, you know, he won't be such a problem anymore to be taken care of. You won't have to babysit as hard.
You have millions of little robots in your system, and you're thinking that that's not going to end badly. Somehow.
It's going to be
In
fine,
the
Doc.
future.
Listen. Think of it this way. I have a million babysitters, okay?
Okay. Until you get hacked and try to kill us all.
We just make sure
We'll cross
it's
that
good
bridge.
grade.
We'll burn that bridge when we cross it, okay?
Okay. All right.
How about Blink or Froggy? What do you think? Yeah,
Your
my
negotiating
negotiation
skills suck.
Oh yeah. I just love how you're like you just go, yeah, have more money.
Yeah, at one point I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll even throw in an extra 50 just for no reason.
I'll be
Just give me good
generous.
results. Yep.
Here's 50. Here's another 50. Here's another. I was just
All right,
expecting
I have to
that.
go because it's about to storm, and I have to get all the stuff that's outside and bring it inside.
Okay.
Yep.
By
So
the way, you all should sell me cars. Is all I'm saying.
thank you guys for being here. It's been a blast, and see you guys not tomorrow, but next week,
On
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday next week. We'll be on a hiatus and all that. So,
Bonus nachos.
bonus nachos, everyone.
Bonus nachos.
Nachos.